what your strengths are, but also what your passions are. When you're running a fund versus being the CEO versus being on 4 other boards,
right,
you're being pulled in a lot of different directions. So how do you stay true to your passion?
100%. So again, 99% of my focus right now is wearing the CEO hat at CureMetrix and CureMatch, our 2 AI digital health companies. One detects breast cancer, the other recommends the best combination of drugs. So if a doctor wants to recommend a 3-drug combo, that's 4.5 million combinations. No human brain can process that.
Wow.
So that's the one we did with Dr. Kurzrock out of the Moores Cancer Center. And so that my passion is around that. It's around how can AI and machine learning impact our lives, to live longer, to prolong life, to live higher quality of life. And so that's my focus. And when we get CureMetrix and CureMatch to a point where I'm no longer needed, that's what I would look to primarily focus on for Fund 2, 3, or 4.
Sure, sure. Okay.
And so that's my passion around, how can we detect cancer better? How can we detect heart disease better? How can we make it so that, cancer is not a death sentence, but it's like diabetes or HIV that people can now live with for decades and decades, if not get cured from it. And so that's where, healthcare is modern medicine is going to change more in the next 10 years than the last 50. And accessing this information is going to be a big part of that, because we have more powerful computers, we have more data, whether it's our watches and that are tracking us in our sleeping and our heartbeats, having the cloud so you could process data at less expensive costs. Like CureMetrix, not that it couldn't exist without the cloud, but the fact that we're on AWS, we could process 10 million mammograms tomorrow if we had it, and we pay for that, and we're done, right? Whereas opposed to without the cloud, you need to have the hardware, right? And the capital, the resources, even if it's sitting idle for 80% of the time.
Right.
So all these things are leading to why, AI is in the news, deservedly so. Sometimes there is a lot of just vaporware, but that's why it's impacting every facet of our life. So my focus is, that's what I'm passionate about. Whereas, my partner Andreas, I have a French partner and a German partner, and I joke that I keep the peace between the French and Germans. So,
that's your main focus right now.
Yeah. So, I'm a counselor, but with our employees too. By the way, a lot of times it's like you're really almost like a therapist or consultant, and advice is definitely easier to give than to take.
Yes.
So my wife says I'm very good at giving advice. I should take some every now and then. So.